within the Tel token, we were there having lunch with some elected officials. And I asked, the Mashiach's not here. He called him on the phone. He says, you can't have anything except maybe smoked salmon. That's all I had.
It was in the Hilton, where the Hasher Gadol, they gave him the number of the Mashgiach. So the only thing you can have is the salmon.
Well, it was during the year that you couldn't have, everything out of.
But they had a certificate.
Really?
No, but it was only during the year that you had to, because if it's not anything grown in Israel, it wasn't, they didn't have to.
Unless you know that, unless you see that the owner is a religious man. Otherwise, a restaurant is a business. Business.
But they don't even wear kippur. Some of the restaurants.
No, if you want to,
the owner,
if you want
doesn't.
you want to attract other people, but let's look a second when Abraham is making Eliezer Shaliach. Let's understand the story and then read the Rambam. This is page 108. There's a page 108. At the bottom, ואברהם זקן בא בימים, ואדוני ברך את אברהם בכל. Here's a child, just finished with the Akedah, and Abraham is thinking, if the Akedah would have taken place, I don't have any descendants, so it's time to marry off my son. ויאמר אברהם אל עבדו, זקן לביתו, המושל בכל אשר לו. The Torah is giving many titles to Eliezer. A loyal slave is in control of all the finance. שים לידך תחת ירכי, ואשביעך and I'll make you swear. Okay? And he tells him openly, you are my messenger, yeah? שלא תיקח אישה לבני מבנות הכנעני, כי אם אל ארצי ואל מולדתי תלך, ולקחת אישה לבני ליצחק.
Right, we have multiple classes on Isaac, you know, to him to be a shaliach because he's not Jewish, you know, Evet.
Eli is
we had
asking.
classes on that.
Eli is asking if Eliezer is a Evet, how can he be a shaliach? But of course, the Gemara in Ketubot, the Tafsir, that you learned with Masaton, the Gemara says he was a shaliach. We'll see in a minute, okay? Fine, and Abraham is making certain conditions with him. So Eliezer is a shaliach. Eliezer comes with 10 camels loaded, a lot of money to appease the family. So let's look at page 112. Eliezer is saying, the young lady that I would ask her to give me some money and some water, and if she says, Shete, v'gam g'marecha ashke, she's so generous, this is the sign. Fine, this we'll talk another time. So look on top of the page, Tetvan. ויהי הוא טרם קילה לדבר, before he finished, והנה רבקה יוצאת. Who is רבקה? אשר יולדה לבתואל בן מלכה, אשת נחור אחי אברהם.
Milcah is Sarah's sister.
Correct. She is a daughter of Betuel, and Betuel is the son of Nahor. You realize this is a trend. Yeah? Betuel ben Milcah. Nahor is the brother of Abraham, yes? Betuel is the son of Nahor. Betuel has a daughter by the name of Rivka Kadar Shechma. והנערה טובת מראה מאוד, בתולה ואיש לא ידעה. ותרד העינה ותמלא כדה בצעה. Okay, she's filling up. וירץ העבד לקראתה, excitingly he's running because he realizes the ruler are coming up. ויאמר הגמיעיני נא, please give me some water. ותאמר שתי אדוני. ותמהר בתורת כדה על ידה ותשקה. Then, פסוק י"ט, ותאכל להשקותו ותאמר דם לגמליך ישב. We spent a long time on all that. Fine. This is not the point. The point is what Eli said before. We see the Rambam. Fine. פסוק כ"א, והאיש משתאה לה. He wonders. מחריש. לדעת, הצליח השם דרכו, אם לא, is my mission successful? ויהי, כאשר כילו הגמלים לשתות, ויקח האיש נזם זהב, בקע משקלו, שני צמידים על ידיה. Now, if he is a shaliach, if I appoint a shaliach, if I appoint David a shaliach to be my agent to marry a woman, yes, so I'm giving David the ring or the coin. David would go to the woman. How would you do it? You go to the woman and say, Rabbi Prague appointed the shaliach. We'll see if you need a dim for that or not. And when you give it to the woman and you say, הרי את מקודשת to Rabbi Prague, I am the agent. ותבעת זו, fine. Here, she's a minor. Everyone agrees that she's a minor.
Oh.
So her agreement, halachically, doesn't play any role here. He needs
her father.
He needs a parent.
So she says that now, right?
No, but right now she's so touched by it. But she's so. This is definitely not the kiddushin. You realize?
So,
Yes.
and she's obviously a minor in his eyes.
No.
She was.
In his eyes, she looks young.
was.
I mean, she looks young.
No, she was young.
Yeah,
She was very
yeah.
young.
Yes.
ויאמר בת מיד, who is your father?
Yeah.
בת בתואל אנוכי, בן מלכה. Come. But you see from what she is saying, why Abraham chose to pick something from his family. See, in today's day and age, the looks is part of the game. But
That's the first thing they look at, Rabbi.
okay, today's
But the
looks,
parents want to know the families
looks,
before the boys look at the
today's
girl.
looks, money, and education. The girl is interested how the boy looks. If he has money, it's big. If he has a good job, it's big. The Torah is teaching us that the real family, not what we call a nice family. A real family means Abraham knows that the gift that his family has is midot tovot. There's no way in the world that the girl, yes. Remember, he did not identify himself yet.
Yeah.
He's a stranger asking a girl. She somehow not only said yes, she gave him camels also. And she says, come. Who are you to invite a man with 10 camels? He has 10 other men. You see that the house that she grew, and this is the main reason why Abraham wants to. All the Rishonim are speaking about it. But the way you think on life can be easily changed, especially at that time, if you believe in a God or not. But the God of what is part of your DNA. Fine. So let's go now. She's coming home. Okay, Eliezer is very excited.
But how do you look at Betuel then? I mean, you don't look at him as a tzaddik, certainly not Lavan.
No, he's a crook as far as
He's a black
money.
sheep.
Okay.
No,
Yeah. And
he's
obviously,
a crook as far as money, which means in business he would pull
Mhm.
every penny you have. But this is because he has in Lashon HaKodesh, it's Chamdat HaMamon. He loves money. But as far as look what happens.
I mean, Lavan is Avodah Zarah also. We have
This is the Avodah Zarah is the oath. Desire for money is the oath. We're talking about giving to others. Even if you steal from anyone, you have.
So you're saying they had redeeming.
It's a pashut no, but after 60, you have to.
No, question is, does he care
not
more about,
joking.
no, for Abraham, does he care more about family? Or does he care about, did he find a tzaddik, the daughter of Eliezer, okay, they were cursed, did they find somebody out there who is a better person than
No,
12?
good,
But
good,
he
good,
cared,
Eli,
no, he cared more about staying in the family.
The question is again, see, the word staying in the family is being interpreted in this community in a very beautiful way, but of course it's in the wrong way. good family.
I mean, Lot was a Rasha from
what-
where he was
what-
in the family.
what-
We see that,
What
you
is
know.
it? What is, you know, I'm asking, what defines a good family?
I mean, it obviously seems to us that Betuel and Laban were not a good family from what we learned
Why?
about
Because
them.
we are interested in social media. Oh, they're crooks. Again,
You want the good midot, but you want them to, all the good DNA, but you want them to behave in a civil
I'll give
way.
you an example. Someone I know very well, is, you know, I met very well. Says to me, his daughter was really a top girl, and she was offered a boy, and if you check his credentials among his friends and this and that, amazing. The father happened to be a successful businessman. which
Father
is
of the
also
girl or-
father of the girl. However, this is a good example now. However, somehow the father loves motorcycles. The man is a very wealthy man. Of course, he has all the expensive cars, but he loves with the gloves.
And the
So
leather
the
jacket.
fellow says to me, but you see, like, this is what I mean, family, man. I told him, if you ask me, it's meaningless. Yeah, he has a crazy in his house from a young age, whatever he has, and you remember people how it says to me, but no one. I mean, I talk to people. I mean, I think about it, and then Rabbi Marshall comes in with a motorcycle. Yes, he comes here every morning
There's
with
a
the gloves.
Chabad
and all
rabbi
that.
in San Francisco that travels by motorcycle.
Oh, he's
I met him.
smart, it's-
I met him many years ago.
Remember, but him, it's easier to
It's his
travel,
environment.
easier-
No, it's his
easier to-
environment also. He relates to people that way.
The fellow didn't do it. He didn't let his daughter.
Oh, he didn't?
Even though the boy had all the credentials, he doesn't do it. The father was generous. Everyone says he's a generous man. He's going to be. I mean, he's really someone you look for.
Sometimes you can marry, the parents are not religious, but you're not as religious.
Generally,
And it has nothing to do with
David,
this.
we did
These
talk
days,
about
you see,
religiosity.
these days, we see that people look
You
into
already
their own
said-
family
says
to
that-
marry, and they overlooked a lot of
Only thing
things.
I'm telling you is the word family has different interpretations in different. Would you like your daughter, assuming, to marry the daughter of the Prince of England? You would pay me $1 trillion. I would say, don't even look at it.
Of course.
They're jerks. What is the name? The Prince of Love. The family full of corruption, immorality, money, and power. But Prince of England, yeah. Would you like your daughter to date our dear president's daughter, even though his daughter converted and she's an amazing woman? Right? We don't know that Mr. Trump as a person. We know him as a leader. Eli, what do you say, Eli?
As a person, he's
Yeah,
despicable.
yeah.
I'm sure he's a despicable person.
And the kids have the DNA. Those grandkids have the DNA. You don't know what they turn out.
Of course.
Anyway,
Michael,
we're not gonna resolve it this.
Ronnie, was I too harsh?
No. I'm using it as an example. I'm not. I have a senior girl. She's probably going to be the valedictorian. Please salute. She says openly in class, I'm going to go to medical school. My mother is a doctor. My father, she's the most obnoxious girl in the class. And if anyone gets more than her, she goes wild. Chazit and the guy who married her. She'll never be a doctor. And I cannot say in class openly, I can sign you in advance that you're going to be divorced. Right? But, and every time I speak about it, says, you have to look. You can see on the eyes in other girls.
Maybe she'll marry somebody that needs a boss.
It's not a boss. Everyone needs a boss, but
Yeah.
as long as your boss
Yeah, it
respects
knows a
you.
place.
No respect.
Yeah, that's a
Respects
character
you.
trait.
Who cares if she's a
Character trait.
boss or not? Every Syrian wife is a boss in the house, but respect.
Yeah,
But then Abraham is looking, Eli is a midot tovot beteva. Beteva.
and more likely
The
to come from
daughter-
his own family.
The
More
daughter-in-law
likely.
to see an old, a poor man, giving him secretly food, which means putting her life in danger, is a sign on the upbringing that she had. Whatever
Second nature. though.
you
Yeah.
think about it. Okay, fine. Lavan, as Eli says, the cook of cooks, is inviting him because he realizes that the man has money. Let's come in, we have fun. So remember, Lavan is not in position to negotiate with him.
No. Not the 12 still
She is
alive.
the sister of Lavan, and her father is Bethuel, yes? Anyway, now he tells the story. Tells the story, my master has a son, he has a lot of money, okay? And he tells them, look at the bottom of the page on 114, אם לא אל בית אבי תלך ואל משפחתי ולקחת אישה לגיל. Okay, then Eliezer tells us all the story. Okay, now he comes and he says to them, look at page 116, פרק כ"ד, look פסוק מ"ט, ועתה, אם ישכם עושים חסד ואמת את אדוני, they realize by now, of course, that they are relatives, yes?
Yeah.
הגידו לי, ואם לא, הגידו לי בהפנה על ימין או על שמאלנו. So what is he asking them permission? To represent Yitzchak, and they have a daughter, and if they say yes, he is going to be Mekadesh Rivka to Eliezer, to Yitzchak, as a Shaliach. ויען לבן ובתואל, both say, ויאמרו מהשם יצא הדבר, לא נוכל לדבר עליך רעות, even they realize,
You have a choice.
story, this is really a godly type of
Plan.
הנה רבקה לפניך כך והלך, ותהי אישה לבנת עליך, you can take her, which means, listen carefully, when you marry someone's daughter and she's under 12, the father is the one who receives the money.
Yeah,
yeah.
A regular kiddushin is the woman, yes? So look a second. ויוצא האיש, look at פסוק נ"ג, ויוצא האיש כלי כסף, וכלי זהב, ובגדים, וייתן לרבקה ומגדנות, נתן לאחיה ולאימה.
So Achia, now what happened to Bethuel?
Okay,
Right?
what
So
happened to
he died,
Bethuel?
he
So the
died.
Gemara said that Bethuel was trying to poison Eliezer, whatever. But now he's representing the family, right? Not as a brother, yes. He's okay. Meantime, the family wanted him to stay a little longer.
So did they have Kiddushin at that time or not
This is
yet?
the
This is
Kiddushin,
it.
yes.
So he,
The Kiddushin is that the man gives the father, who has the authority of
Authority
his
to do so.
daughter, and his daughter.
but he gave the funds to her,
Right,
not to
right,
not the one who has the authority, so to speak.
Well, right
Okay,
now,
the father is
the father's
is a
gone
widow.
now to.
So wouldn't the brother have the responsibility of that?
It's
who
really
gets
the
responded?
mother. It's really the
Oh,
mother.
that's right.
But here, according to
This
right,
is
it's a
not- okay.
Rabbanan marriage now, right?
Okay,
It's a whole
yes.
different,
Oh,
it's a whole
yes,
different thing now.
Oh, yes or no, but,
Yeah.
oh, yes or no. Question is, maybe we don't want to, whatever, we'll see, okay. Okay, so look a second, in Rashi Pasuk Nun Hey. Rashi Nun Hey. Vayomer Achia ve'ima, you see? Yes,
Yeah.
says Rashi, ubetuel echanaya. Where is the father?
Yeah.
הוא היה רוצה לעכב, he wanted to block. הוא בא מלאך והם איתו. כל איתו חזר, he died. But he wanted to stop this.
What was his motive? He wanted to get maybe
Greed.
ask for higher price.
Maybe greed, maybe greed. Okay. Now let's see. Now, assuming now that this is the Kiddushin, now he brings her back. Look now to page 120. It's the end of the chapter. ויביאה יצחק האוהל העשרה ימים. He brings her to his mother's tent. ויקח את רבקה. What is ויקח את רבקה? In the language of the Torah, always when a man is מקדש a woman, it's כי ייקח איש אישה.
Yeah.
This is Kiddushin. This is a little hint to what Eli said
Oh, it
before,
wasn't,
but perhaps what took place before,
Was
perhaps,
not
was
Kiddushin.
not a full-fledged
it was a
Kiddushin.
city hall marriage before the
Perhaps,
rabbis came.
perhaps. ויקח את רבקה, ותהי לו לאישה, which is the second stage of every marriage. When we presented our wives with the ring or a coin, she is legally מאורסת, right? Then by Sfaradim, when you put the talet on, or by Ashkenazim, when you go to seclusion, and you make the Sheva Berachot before, this is the second stage of the marriage, which is Nisuin, yes? So this is ויקח את רבקה וקידושין, ותהי לו לאישה, this is נישואין, ויאהביה, וינחם יצחק, יצחק was comforted. Look a second in Rashi. Look at Rashi Samach Zayin, Rashi Samach Zayin. ויביאה האוהלה, והרי היא שרה עמו, כלומר, ונעשית דוגמת, he saw in her a model, that is model. What was that? שכל זמן ששרה קיימת, היה נר דלוק מערב שבת לערב שבת. When Sarah was alive, the candle, so to say, that she lit Friday, stayed lit the entire week. וברכה מצויה בעיסה, everything she baked, she cooked was blessed, וענן קשור על האוהל. And there's always a cloud above the tent. וכשמתה פסקו. וכשבאת רבקה חזרו. רבקה, okay, so there is a lot of what is the symbol? Candle, the cloud. Normally in a Jewish home, the candle represents the Kedusha of Shabbat comes in. On Sarah, this Kedusha was there all week. You came to the house, you felt it's a different house. והענן קשור על האוהל. Everyone, is really everyone, says the center, okay, it's from God, when are we saying it? By them, ענן קשור על האוהל means the spirit of the house was from Hashem, and ברכה מצויה בעיסה really means, of course, but whatever happens in the food, in the household, now let's look at the Rambam.
Rabbi, could you finish the Rashi, please?
Yeah.
Derech.
אחרי בו, דרך ארץ. דרך ארץ means this is the way, דרך ארץ. שכל זמן שאימו של האדם קיימת, when the mother is alive, כרוך הוא אצלה. ומשמתה, הוא מתנחם באימו. Can we relate to it, Rani? When the mother is alive, a man is always attached. I don't think today you can say it. It's very unfortunate. Yes, Rashi is telling you, Eli, that when the mother is alive, the son, the children are still connected. No.
No, why not today? We see it all the time.
I'm not
Even the Godfather,
I'm not-
even the Godfather movie, he wouldn't kill the brother until the mother died.
It's only because it's only.
And the way for Fredo. Love it.
it's
Sorry. It's better than the honeymooners.
in today's day and age, the new generation looks, we know better. The parents raised us, they gave us many tools, they gave us money, but we are
If
going.
I have a rule in the house, don't mess with mama.
No, but Rashi is saying that Rashi is not saying that every day you call your mother for advice. Don't call your mother for advice.
Oh, wow.
Yes? Look, you have a wife, discuss it with your wife. But your mother is a rock of the.
Of course.
There was a fellow that was dating many girls, and he's getting a little older, and he couldn't find the. Why? Because he was an orphan from his father. And every girl that he dated, he told this girl, on the condition that my mother, as we get married, my mother comes along. No girl wants to do that. Of course not. Meantime, they could not find a girl. So they took him to Shlomo Zalman Auerbach. And everyone was sure that he's going to tell him, forget about it, you have to get married. He said, no, you're great. You care so much for your mother, you're great. Right? And he says to everyone, you see, the rabbi agreed with me. Listen to this. After a while, I'm making it up, half a year later, he gets engaged, which means he found a girl that agreed, Ezra, to bring
To mother.
a mother. Now, after he's engaged, he calls back the boy. The boy finally found a girl that agreed to bring his mother. He says, don't dare bring your mother to your house. You're
Yeah.
newlywed, you're
So you
not
wanted to
young.
have-
Right.
But she says to the rabbi,
You
so
told me.
why didn't you? He says, I respect it very much, how much you respect your mom. And now I'm so happy that you found a girl
Well,
that
that's
said
willing to
yes,
do
it
so,
shows
but don't.
you how special she is. It is.
Beautiful.
You have a beautiful marriage now. Okay, let your mother live next to you, but not. No, but this is the depth of it. Let's go a minute.
Rabbi, you know that you heard the joke, I'm sure. The guy goes, says, Rabbi, I can't find anybody for my wife, that my mother would approve. He says, you have to go find somebody just like your mother. If you do that, you'll have a better shot. So he comes back, the rabbi comes back, so what happened? He says, yeah, I got one just like her mother, but my father threw her out.
Here, open a second, Rambam Sefer Nashim. I bought 3, so we have 2 more, yeah.
You know, it's a little contrast in Bereshit. It says, "Al Ken Yazak."
Yofi, here what did I say? Yeah.
It's a little contrary.
Okay, you really see, you have a good speech. Your friend as well.
Rambam, you looking for?
ספר נשים הלכות אישור. Eli brings the pasuk, על כן יעזוב איש את אביו ואת אמו ודבק באשתו. I said the pasuk said the opposite of what we said. Eli, you know what it really means, Eli? Your in my position in life and yours, you can relate to parents, children from parents are the epitome of takers. Yes, they always take. The Torah says to a young man, you want to have a happy marriage? Yaazov, stop being a taker.
Yeah.
Become a giver. Not physically, Yaazov, it's a myth. Because when we are used to, when we are used to, someone, I wouldn't tell you who, but someone here, sometimes becomes interested. He told me when his older sister got married, after a few weeks, she comes early to his parents' house, she knocks on the door, her mother opens the door, she says, a terrible fight, mommy, she starts to cry, the mother slams
Sends
the
her back.
door and gone back, he got married.
I've heard stories like that.
No, but later the daughter admitted my mother saved my marriage. She said, mother, your baby, mother, you had to fight, but
Yeah.
what? No, but this is really what it means. It means means stop being the baby, mature up, you have to learn. The Ari says that the mitzvah after Re'acha Kamocha begins when you get married. The real test of our after Re'acha Kamocha is very easy.
Against with what? The
When
mitzvah.
you get married, the mitzvah after Re'acha Kamocha. It's very easy to give $1. It's very easy to invite someone to a meal because they know when the meal is over, goodbye. Right? And you could be very nice to the guy and buy him garments. But you know, to get used to it, it's a challenge. It's a challenge of life. That's the Perek Gimal. Perek Gimal Milchot Yeshua. But You have it here, seven Hashim, it's right in the beginning, yeah. But before that, just to raise what Eli said before about the status of Eliezer, the way Eli learned.
No, you told it, we gave him whole class.
Yeah,
on
we're
it.
good, yeah, okay, first look, just at this point tomorrow, we'll spend a long time. Go to Perek Gimel Alachat Tetvav, Alachat Tetvav. I know it's page 20. Kol ha'oseh shaliach, you have it? You have it? Pay attention to the Rambam. Kol ha'oseh shaliach lekabel ha'kiddushin. Listen good, lekabel ha'kiddushin. Who makes a shaliach lekabel ha'kiddushin? The wife. The man makes a shaliach to deliver the kiddushin. כל הספור, you have to read כל העושה שליח לקבל הקידושין, צריך לעשותו לפני עדים. When she appoints her agent to receive the ring on her behalf, this has to be appointed by two עדים. Why? Because this man, when he receives it, this is the actual marriage. By marriage, you need idea. So the beginning of the act of the marriage here is the appointing of the shaliach. So remember, the Rambam's shita is shaliach. It's called shaliach kabbalah. Like Kiddushin, or the Rambam.
So the shaliach is her agent to receive it, not the one who's the time to give it.
If the one to give is the shaliach of the husband,
yeah,
the husband, in a minute you receive the husband, there's no point.
So we're not talking about Eliezer now. We're talking about who's representing
if
Rivka.
Rivka would make a shaliach to receive, she would have to appoint the shaliach.
But we didn't have that in this
It's
case.
needless to say.
But if she's a minor, she doesn't appoint anybody, Rabbi. The father automatically takes assumption as the lead, doesn't he?
We're talking about,
He's talking if the woman is 13 or not.
we're talking just rules now. We're not talking about the
Kol
Pedashah.
ha'oseh shaliach will bring it to the parasha. We can speak 2 weeks. It's a big topic. Kol ha'oseh.
Many years ago, when Mike and David Yeshiva, they had a play, and a boy and a girl, and
Oh, he said, "How they out in the play?"
Right. It happens in history a few times.
it was a big.
Yeah, it was a big controversy. Because unless the girl knows in advance,
This is just
she might fall in love with a guy she's very happy he's doing it, yes? No one ever thought that they're getting married. But the question is, can you just let go
how do you undo
and
it?
say without the get?
That's dangerous stuff though, because then
Very-
all of a sudden she's a sort of
Of course, very dangerous stuff. כל העושה שליח לקבל הקידושין צריך לעשותו בפני עדים. Remember why again? Why? She is representing someone that upon receiving the ring or the money on her behalf, she becomes
She's
the
appointing
Kudesh.
somebody. She's
No, but-
appointing
No,
someone.
but
She's
you
not
realize what I'm
representing.
saying. Listen carefully again what I'm saying. She is on a tour in the Far East. Okay? She appoints someone in Brooklyn, on this and this
Receive the
day,
kiddushin.
to receive, and the minute she receives it, she's married in Tibet.
Even though
She's now in Tibet. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a very important. Now you have the opposite case also. Let's say what's his name, the famous prisoner in Russia. He was in prison and he married the Israeli girl. He was in prison. He appointed the shaliach to give her whatever.
And then he had to point them in front of two
She
witnesses as well.
became. Let's see if he had to appoint.
Oh,
No,
This is why we're looking at the Rabbah.
Stephen Shalom did that many years ago with 5 or 6 Syrian girls and 5 or 6 men in Brooklyn.
This is good. Yeah. It's a perfect example, yes. Right? If the boys appointed them,
Yeah,
if the boys married them for a shaliach, they can claim they're American, they're engaged to American boys.
right, exactly. That came.
So כל העושה שליח לקבל הקידושין צריך לעשותו בפני עדים. אבל אליי, האיש, when the man שעשה שליח לקדש לו אישה, אינו צריך לעשותו בעדים.
No need.
And this is
Wow.
mind-boggling. What is the difference?
Yeah, why?
What
Why
is the
two
difference?
sets of rules?
And the Rambam continues. שאין מקום לעדים בשליחות האיש, there's no room for the עדים, אלא להודיע אמיתת הדבר. The witnesses are there just to clarify what took place. לפיכך, listen carefully what he's saying, אם הודו השליח והמשלח, אינם צריכים עדים. Let's stop here a minute. Let me give you to understand what he's saying. The Gemara wants to know, how do we know, Ezra, that you need two witnesses at every marriage ceremony? This is the most important part, yes. How do you know? So the Gemara says like this. It says in Parashat Ki Teitzei the word Ki Matzah Ba'ervat Davar. The word Davar is written by a marriage. And it says, Al pi shnayim eidim yakum davar, ולא גזירה שווה. You see that shnayim eidim is by davar, so the davar of kiddushin, okay, very nice. Again, Al pi shnayim eidim yakum davar, every dispute is being solved by two witnesses. Says the Gemara in kiddushin, if so, what happened? If I admit publicly Ezra, Eli witnesses, I borrowed from Rani. Eli, I never borrowed, but I'm saying. I borrowed from Rani $5,000. This is called Hoda'at Ba'adim. Eli, Ezra, you hear? Rani said, I don't know. I'm obligated legally to give you the money. Why? It's called Hoda'at Ba'adim. I am the borrower, and I admit that I owe $5,000. Says the Gemara, if you compare marriage to monetary matters, see if the husband and the wife admit we are married to each other, there's no need for witnesses. It's a solid question, really. Because the rule is Eli and Gezerah Shava Lemechza. Gezerah Shava means the two things are connected, yes? So you are telling me that the witnesses in a marriage is the same as every... Answers the Gemara, you hear? Answers the Gemara, you're right. But here's the but. If I admit I owe Rani $5,000, but other people said we have witnesses that you borrowed money from us, which means that my admission to Rani
they're going to come first.
is
They're going to come
affecting
first.
others.
You have a reason to say that.
Two people come and say, hey,
No.
the money that you're about to give Rani is money.
Belongs to them.
It's called Chav Le'achrim.
It's overriding.
Yeah.
So now listen carefully. So
Because
the
they have
only-
two witnesses to substantiate that.
No, of course.
Oh,
It's not a claim.
Yeah.
Which means that the admission as far as clarifying the matters may be right, but we cannot accept it. Now, every time a man and a woman admit we are married to each other, we are affecting others because this woman now is not a single woman, she's married, correct? You hear it right? The reason why Hoda'at Ba'adim doesn't apply by marriage says that it's a Gemara. So open the Gemara.
You may do it to stop another marriage.
It's
She's
called-
actually
it's
married
called-
to somebody
It's
else.
called Chav Le'achrim. Now let's go back to the Rambam. It's so much beautiful. When the husband is making a shaliach, remember, why is the Rambam saying that there's no need for two witnesses? How come if the woman is appointing a shaliach, right? She needs two witnesses that she appointed the shaliach. Why? Because in every marriage you need. How come if the man? The answer is if she appointed the shaliach, she's asur on the rest of the world. Admission doesn't help, but it's affecting others.
He's appointing Shaliach didn't do
He is
it.
appointing a shaliach, he can be married to 5 women. Remember, the witnesses are not testifying Miss X is married to him. the witnesses are saying, the Shaliach says, so this is why the Rambam is saying the admission of the husband and the agent, or the admission of the husband and the wife will be fine, but not by the woman. So let's read it again. Even though most of the Rishonim strongly disagree.
Really, they want the
They-
on the Shaliach.
Yes, yes.
On the.
Look, but strongly disagree with the
Wow.
Rambam. Look at the Rambam.
Can the
again.
girl bypass her shaliach, Rabbi? Can she bypass her shaliach, go over and say, no, I'm doing it?
No, the woman can do whatever she wants because she's in control of her marriage. But the Chidush here, Mel, that she is not present at the marriage ceremony, but she is fully married to someone because she gave the power that she had as a woman to another man or woman to represent her. But the Rambam is telling us that as she appoints the Shaliach, we need witnesses. Why? Because by doing that, you are making yourself a servant in the world, yes? When the husband makes a Shaliach, it doesn't
They
affect
make her
anyone.
assume
He's
when
going
she
to be-
receives the money.
She's going to be married.
She's
going to be
potentially,
married.
she's only potentially assumed, only when
So
she receives the
look
money, she's
again what the Rambam is
assumed.
saying.
The Shaliach receives the money.
כל העושה שליח לקבל, remember the concept קבלה? לקבל הקידושין צריך לעשותו בפני עדים. אבל האיש שעשה שליח לקדש לו אישה, אינו צריך לעשותו בעדים. Listen to the language the Rambam is using.
Yeah, let's see.
שאין מקום לעדים בשליחות האיש. The only reason we need two witnesses is אלא להודיע אמיתת הדבר. The only reason I needed two witnesses, who says that this guy who gave a ring on your behalf is really your agent? I need witnesses. But אם הודו השליח והמשלח, but if the agent and the husband are saying, yes, I appointed him, it's like a regular admission. It's fine. Okay?
But the agent and the husband, are they not in the same location? What, he could be 100 miles away.
No, later,
Oh.
dispute.
I see.
You're not-
Having done so,
He
they
bring the two
accepts
to
that
Beit
I
Din, he
appointed
says,
him.
I appointed him.
I
And he
verify.
says he appointed me. So
And you don't have to have witnesses.
I remember doing the Gemara that says if the Shaliach dies on the way
Right.
and nobody, whatever, that he's at that could be Asur L'Olam to
Right,
marry
right, right.
anybody because
Eli,
it
Eli.
could be the woman's
Eli
sister.
is saying the Master is into the Shir, that if a man is appointing a Shaliach to marry my wife, and you let the Shaliach, you choose the right, you know who I need. So the Gemara said, if the Shaliach died, we are afraid that every other woman, maybe she's the sister.
That he completed it.
Okay, I mean, today,
Okay, I know, but it's just interesting.
what Eli is saying is, this is the pshat in Haggadah shel Pesach. ולבן ביקש, this week's parasha, לעקור את הכל. Where do we find that Lavan really wanted to listen carefully? So Rav Zevin brings beautifully. Eliezer is a shaliach, yes? Eliezer is a shaliach. If Lavan is going to poison Eliezer, Yitzchak will never be able to get married.
Mhm.
Again, if you appoint a shaliach, yes?
Oh.
If you appoint a shaliach and the shaliach died, and we know that the mission was accomplished, every woman theoretically might be the sister or the mother or whatever.
Right, yeah.
So now,
If you don't know who the woman
who
is.
is Lavan trying to, who is Betuel trying to poison? The shaliach Eliezer. So if the shaliach is poisoned, ביקש לעקור את הכל, יצחק would not be able to marry anyone. I mean, it's good for Dvar Torah.
Yeah, okay.
No,
But he also was supposed to go to a certain family, so we don't know that he had the power to marry anybody else. Okay, but it's fine, I know.
not only-
Just
Yeah.
If we
Yeah.
believe that גר שהתגייר כקטן שנולד will spend a long time in this marriage.
That's a Chidush. I never.
If you say to your son, you would like to say to I, ביקש לעקור את הכל because he wants to poison Eliezer. Eliezer is poisoned, Yitzchak cannot marry because, let's continue a minute. And the Rambam is comparing it כמו שליח הגט וכמו שליח שהרשהו להפריש לו תרומה. Eli here, I appoint Eli as a farmer. Eli, please, I'm going overseas, take tרומה for my farm. I don't need witnesses.
Yeah,
As long as Eli
just the transaction.
testifies, yes, he appointed me, I say yes. That's, again, and the reason is because it's not affecting anyone, realize? ואינו צריך עדים. Okay, but, you know that the Ravid is here. The Ravid is the one that always says that the Ravid.
What do you think? Moshe Rabbeinu.
אמר אברהם, כתב הרעב"ד, אין הנידון דומה לראיה. The Rambam is comparing it to שליח to deliver a get. A shliach to deliver a get, we don't need a witness.
She has
Says
to
the
get in the
Rambam,
end. She has to
what is the
get it.
difference between the get? Again, if I give a shliach the get to divorce my wife, I don't need two witnesses to see. So, by Kiddushin is the same. Says the Rabbi, it's not the same. You know why? לעניין שליח הגט, גיטו מוכיח עליו, the fact that he is holding the document, written by me, by the husband. For the wife, is the proof that he is an agent. How did he get the document?
How did he get it? How did he get it?
ולעניין תרומה אין צריך עדים. אבל בקידושין, אפילו שניהם מודים, אינו כלום, כי מודו השליח והשולח נמי אליו כלום. Says the Ravad, I disagree with the Rambam. I'm saying, since the husband and the wife cannot admit that they are married, even though an admission is always accepted as a full testimony, but if the husband and the wife says we got married, it's nothing. So he says, if the husband admits it's nothing, I need witnesses for that. There's a very famous good about
Different than the $5,000 story he told us.
My God, no, but this is exactly the point. My admission to you is fine if no one claims that I owe money. If someone comes out, you owe me money, but when are you giving me the 5,000?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the Avnei Nezer, one of the early Hasidic masters, genius one, when he was a kid, someone asked him, how did Adam HaRishon marry Chava, assuming this was a halachic marriage? There are no witnesses in the world. To get married, this is the two people in the world, yes? You try to connect it to what we said. The guy was a young, brilliant man, this is what he said. The only reason you need witnesses is because admission cannot be used because we're affecting other people.
Yeah,
Here,
there's other people
there's
to
no
be
one
affected,
affected.
therefore it's not
He said
a requirement.
because there are no other people being affected.
It's done.
No, but you need a brilliant kid to see the picture.
But there's a certain chazakah. If a couple comes to town, nobody knows them and all that, and they say we're married, we accept it. We don't doubt it. If the guy gives her a get, he doesn't have to go show the ketubah that they were
Right,
ketubah. So we start with the premise that
Right, Eli, but you do it. Eli is saying, what happened? Forget the minute the couple. Eli says a woman comes to town, no one knows she says, I was married to me.
that's how Pesha Asar. Yeah, okay.
Here is the same. Why would you believe that they are married? The only reason, wait a minute, they are saying we are married and I'm divorcing them.
No, I'm saying just some. If a couple comes to town
So
and they say we're married,
the
we
Gemara
believe that.
says,
And then if he decides
Eli,
to
the
divorce her,
Gemara says it's not the same. If they act as a husband and a wife, the Gemara says like this: if a woman comes to town with two kids, and the two kids act to her after weeks of watching them as a mother. Later, if we catch the boy having a relationship with this woman, we would stone him. Stone him on what?
there's no proof.
Assumption.
There's no proof.
Very good.
The answer is the Gemara labels it chazaka.
Yeah.
Chazaka. It's difficult to train someone to be 100% a child. But the chokhmah, of course, in this Gemara is that we have to watch the minor things, not your mommy.
Why'd you have to tell me she had two children? Why not just she comes to town with a husband? And then we find she has a relationship outside of it.
This is the case that Eli gave. But in today's day and age, there are thousands of Jewish young men and women that live together and they're not married at all. What is the proof that they sleep in the share bedroom?
Yeah, that gets sticky. You're right. No, that, and then all of a sudden she
Today,
decides to marry somebody else, and
marries,
she
of
marries
course,
in this
of course,
guy,
of
or
course,
they
of
live
course.
together. She
Of
says, no, I
course.
wasn't married, but we saw you living together. It's like it's Sachapida and Rivka.
But the fact they had children make them married, because they had children, they can have children and not be married, Rabbi.
A good friend, who happens to be a rabbi of a big shul, when his last daughter was married, he drove his wife to the hospital and he has to fill a paper. Remember, I am the husband, on the paper you have to say, and who is the father of the baby? He says, I'm coming with my wife. The clerk says to him, but who is the father of the baby?
Not
This is an official
necessarily.
paper. The fact that you are coming with a woman doesn't
Not
show.
sufficient.
This is in today's day and age, yes? But Dr. Zalman Auerbach's father was a very wise man, very, very wise man. He was a rabbi in Yerushalayim. A woman came from Europe, this is like 120 years ago. Says, I was married and divorced, and I would like to remarry. Halachically, we have to accept, right? Because she was not forced to say I was married. Why did she say? Pesha Asa, who appreciated the fact that she
She's accepted
admitted,
one herself.
right? But the halacha is that the rabbis have to talk to her. Maybe she fabricates, right? They were talking to him. They couldn't come out clearly. This is authentic or not. But if you cannot, you have to believe it. But you know, an experienced rabbi, sometimes it doesn't smell good. But they couldn't pinpoint. So they asked his father to talk to the woman. He comes to the woman, she tells him the story. Now, he's married, there's a divorce. She says to her, listen carefully what he says to her. This is Ashkenaz. In a marriage ceremony,
What'd you get?
the bride is walking 7 times around the room. You know, to make the connection strong. In divorce, he tells her there are 2 customs. Either the husband walks 7 times around the woman to untie the connection of the marriage, in addition to the divorce paper, or 3 times.
So she confirmed.
How was it in your divorce? He says, Rabbi, was perfect 7 times. Definitely not divorce.
It didn't happen.
The
because it
custom
didn't happen.
Nobody does that.
happened. No, but you see,
He tricked her. He tricked her.
no, but
Yeah.
why did you trick her?
He
Because
had a
by
suspicion.
Ashkenazic ladies, these moments that the bride goes, it's a holy moment.
Yeah.
If you're used to it,
Yeah.
everyone is
Yeah, I've seen it,
quiet.
I've seen it,
It's
yeah.
very moving.
I've seen it, yeah.
So here he realized that this, she knows about it, so, but if there was a divorce,
Unbelievable.
but it shows you.
Wisdom, man.
When Ike Franco made a wedding, I said near Chacham Mordechai Eliyahu. So I was telling him this story. He says to me, a story like this happened to me. This is good.
Really.
He was a Rosh Beit Din in Beersheba. And a Russian woman comes to get married, but she has to prove that she converted. And a very good friend of her, whatever that Rabbi Eliyahu knew, and held him as a
Trustworthy.
his guy,
Trustworthy, yeah.
says, Rabbi, she is really converted. The Rabbi Eliyahu says to me, but I have to. Anyway, he sits with the woman and he's asking her questions to him. And he says to the woman, in the conversion process, there are 2 customs. It is either they put you to a pool, or everyone fills up cups from the pool and sprinkle all the people around.
Which way did they do it?
Which way? So she figured in her mind. The cups. He says, young lady,
You're
you're
right.
not Jewish. No, but he told me the guy came to ask him a million times. Then with a woman, I
So
thought
he's
she told me,
trustworthy, yeah.
you know how many Russians have Israeli passports because they got free, many things. They went back to Russia.
Big incentive.
It used to be, Larry, as a matter of fact, his son told me, I asked him, why didn't you get your passport right away? He says to me, since the Russian immigration, many of them came to Israel, got a passport, went back to Russia, and meantime got a piece of land in Israel.
Yeah,
Since then, you wait at least a year.
so fraud, they
See.
wanted.
No, I mean,
yeah,
they said,
too
yeah,
much fraud
it's
going
every
on.
society, they're looking for. Tomorrow, good year, I just have
Oh,
to be in
nice.
school, and open house.
Oh, nice, that's
So
right.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Leave the Rambam here.
Rabbi, in the Midrash where the